Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Abe. How are you? Good morning, Brad. Good morning, James. Josiana, good morning. Larry, welcome, welcome back to the room. Pat, how are you, sir? Good morning. Robert M., good morning. Happy Friday. Steven, good to see you, buddy. SNK, good morning. How are you? Happy Friday, everybody. All right, let's make a quick of it here. It's 8:30. The market just opened up. We have a 200 and 100 that are in sync on the short side. Harmony zone number one is 48 by 58. 73 by 83 is um, um, a level that we need to also look at, which is harmony zone number two. We're rallying a little bit off the open here. Globex is at 748 and we're trading well below the Globex band. So now this is a momentum market, but it's extended into from the open and the high of the Globex session at 789. So from 789, you're looking at 790 basically, 170 points. Well, that's a lot of points here. So at this open, what are the odds of a continuation trade? That's what I got to ask myself. And the odds are the market will go into a consolidation versus a trending behavior, just based on the fact that we extended ourselves from yesterday into today in a significant way. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 candles in a row from yesterday into today of selling pressure on the 200 NT Rinko. So I gotta ask myself that question: is what's the odds of, especially at the open on a Friday, that we will have a continuation big move to the short side? Yeah, I would say I need to be very careful of that idea, and I need to be prepared for sideway market to a market that has a bid coming in to clean up all those sellers that came in overnight and over the past 2 days. Okay, so that first half an hour of the day, definitely I'm going to be observing price action, and I'm going to be looking, at what type of patterns are present, what type of traps the market is doing. They're obviously here trading above harmony zone number one. Just now, the 200 and the 100 got out of sync. That's a buying behavior and a pocket of buying interest that we were talking about. So we got to be patient here and just kind of let the market sort itself out, at least the first 15 minutes to a half an hour. And let's see what kind of price action we are getting. Good morning, Sheila. How are you? Yeah. Like right here, yeah, they need to push. Yeah, they need to push. Yep. Okay. All right. So we're getting very close to harmony zone number two. We're getting that buying interest that we thought we were going to be getting, and the sideways consolidation patterns. All right. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. They hit harmony zone number 2 and to the tick, and they sold it off. All right. Now the 200 and the 100 is in sync on the short side. That's fine. I mean, I'm gonna be watching this, just looking, seeing what the patterns are. We broke that channel, and we're establishing a new channel here, and let's see how well they hold on to it. I'm telling you, the odds are we're gonna see this type of consolidative market with a two-sided market. So it's gonna be one of those things because the shorts should have been a little bit more forceful up here after that reversal, and not have that extended, what is that, 20, almost 30 point run up in 2 seconds. Pro, good morning. Good morning. And guess what? If they break above that 75, I mean that sets the stage for another sequence of events where the market can go all the way up to 98. And that would be the 698. Yeah, see that? Here we go. This captain set up short, and they're six prong captain set up short. Okay. Well, I mean, that's just a really noisy one, too. Six prong captain setup. What's the expectation here? Expectation is to see a push back to 50 and 40, but oh man, that's a good one actually. I was trying to place an order. Yeah, that's captain setup switch trade right there. I was not quick enough for that one. Captain setup switch trade. Yep. The expectation is to get to that 40 off of that rotation. Now you're seeing a higher lower high, and you see the harmony zone number 1. All right, so now you're getting the disconnect again. So the odds are pullbacks here is gonna firm up a potential run up to 698. We just need to get outside of this range that we're in right now between harmony zone number 1 and 2. We need to see a separation here before we get involved. Wow. Yep. So far, the patterns that we're seeing is consolidative patterns. I mean, that was a good one right here on the short side, but that was a short-lived one. Now you're getting a rotation to the upside into harmony zone number 2, which is resistance, and they keep hitting the top end of it and fading back in. So it's not a momentum market; it's a sideways consolidative market, and patience here is a good approach. We're early on a Friday. And there's a captain setup switch trade short on ES that just happened right now at that 63. So the expectation is to get to 60 with a stop at 67, and that's going to push NQ a little bit lower. We're hitting 62 on ES. Yeah, man, look at this. Yeah, we're getting to that 60. Yeah, close to that 60. Good morning. Good morning. AKA. Here we go. There's a captain set up short on the 50 NT Rinko on NQ. So we got all the way down to 61 on ES. We're still in a mode of selling pressure here in NQ. Yeah, this should push. Like if that, yeah, you don't want to see that. Nope. You don't want to see a captain setup here. And ES, you have to protect the 67. Here we go. They're coming at it again. ES, this is a test and a retest, and 60 is the target for that rotation. As long as we continue to hold on to 65, this is a consolidative market. We're looking to see how well the price action is handling. There's a cycle of buyers coming in against resistance. They're failing, and the shorts are trying to push below a level here, and they're just not having enough strength. And that's the sideways nature of what we're looking at. Okay, so the fact that the market came into that 40 and not closed below 34 is an issue for the shorts here. I mean, they're still attempting, and this is the third attempt at harmony zone number 1. I mean, harmony zone number 2, excuse me. So they need to break that 34. That would be a captain setup. We'll take a look at it then. Look at that ES captain setup switch trade into that 61, rotated one more time into back down to that 60. So that's a chop. This is a choppy environment at best. Okay, so if we start breaking anything above 74, and the top end of it is 83. So you start breaking anything above 83, that's going to present us with an opportunity for a scalp where the pullbacks can be viable. And the market will push to 98 at that point. Right here where we at is literally a meat grinder. And it's not necessarily, something that cannot be traded. It just, you're not making any real estate changes. You're just literally chopping up in this tight range between harmony zone number 1 and 2. Okay, so that's you could play the one candle reversal game if you want to do that, but I rather play that game and also have a trend in my favor. So if I wanted to hold on to a trade a little bit longer, then I can. In this environment, you literally have to get in, get out, take a 5 points, 10 points, and just move on. Here it comes. All right. Well, at least we're getting somewhere here, right? We're getting somewhere. Really. Okay. Yeah, so they should be pushing up here. I mean, the 98 is what we're talking about right now. Let's see if we'll get there. There's a good chance that we will. As long as we continue to trade above 47, 647, we should be hitting 98. Here it comes. And boom. Let's go. I mean, we came almost to the tick here, and they're fading against it, which means that they're gonna try to push it lower here and shake a little bit, few people out of this trade. But that's as far as I'm concerned, hitting that target. I think we came to 97 and change. So, Abe, so I mean, for example, that's a one candle reversal, which is a railroad long. This one is a trigger raid, which is a one candle reversal. You had a lot of them also here. I mean, that's a switch trade that failed, but the one after that was a captain, not a captain setup, but a railroad short and a one candle reversal. So market running a minimum of 2+ candles and reverse that candle, and you're seeing a lot of that behavior. Market sells off 4 or 5, reverses, runs up, reverses. It's just a one candle trade, and you're putting a stop at the top end of it and just going for that move, back and forth, back and forth. So whenever they do this, yeah, they typically pull back the market, and that's just a little bit of a deeper pullback. Okay, so they broke the channel, and now I mean that's pretty severe. I mean, it's almost to the tick. They came into the almost to the tick on that thing. That's just amazing. We're back to no man's land here. We're retesting that break that happened at 70. All right, I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, they rejected it almost to the tick. Wow. All right, the 200 and the 100 back in sync on the short side. And I guarantee you this thing is going to be tossing around here for a good chunk of this morning. I mean, from the technical standpoint, we should be heading toward 598 now. So let's see if we get there. So it happens also to be that that's the bottom end of the Globex band. So they came up to it and the target of 98 and just got faded all the way through. So now we're hitting target number 2 here. You know, you need to protect 670 and then head towards 617, which is target number 3. Then the 98, the 598 can be a possibility. Yeah, we'll see. Good morning, Gary. Two minutes to the top of the hour. Hmm. It's a captain setup long on ES that failed at 361. Yeah, we're getting a lot of noise here. I mean, they're putting a captain setup long on NQ. So they're pushing it up here a little bit. Let's see. 654. Nine o'clock. All right, and then they're pushing and pushing and pushing. Okay. You know, what a trap, right? What a trap. Target is 98. And we're getting channel 1 and channel 2 on the short side established. Very nice, very nice. $28. All right. $43. Okay, okay. So now we're gonna go back to retesting this harmony zone number one. All right. So now that's the top end of channel number two. The market continues to trade above it, then we're gonna be in the 50 to the 60 range. This price action needs to go back into this zone in order for the shorts to take control again. We see a little bit of counter trending going on here, but let's see what would get me to actually act. I mean, a couple of things. I mean, get ES below 61 and a quarter, and then have NQ dip in this range here between 25 and 30, and give me a new harmony wave short. That'll be the third wave in this rotation, and I'll take it as a scalp opportunity. Here it comes. Now let's see a rally. If I can get a switch trade here, I'll take it at 625. Target number one. And I'll take the rest of it right here. All right, so we made 5 points plus whatever that is, about 7 points off of that trade. And we need to see a little bit more of a push here. I mean, I squeezed. Yeah, see, that's what I was trying not to get involved into. Well, I mean, if they go back in, I'll look for another entry. Like at this spot, the market it did what it was supposed to do, but that we needed one more candle, and if we got one more candle, then the second contract would have gotten paid 10 plus points. But the fact that we got to this target and just paused is why I got rid of the second contract very quickly. And also we got the ES behavior. So at this spot right here at the 25, You know, the market needed to really push, and it didn't. So we took the quick scalp version of this trade and moved on. Okay. Okay. That off of this. Look at that. Captain setup. Another captain setup short. Okay. Let's see. Oh shoot. It's the wrong order. Okay. Short, short, short here. So if, yeah, 25. We didn't get the 25. Let's see. Let's see. There's a lot of sideways action going on here. They're trying to stabilize the price. I mean, that's just basically what you're seeing right here. And see this captain setup? They moved the two candles down, and then they ran up that ran the price against that captain setup. We're hitting harmony zone number one. There is a bottoming behavior that's going on right now that's going to push the price above that 660. Then the market will consolidate between 660 to 75, and that should be happening fairly soon. So yeah, they're doing a higher low action here. They're doing a higher low. So that's that. You know, that's the pattern. Pattern is going to go up to that level up here between harmony zone number 1 and 2, and they're going to dance. They are going to dance. Yeah, they're trying to work. They're trying to work out the harmony zone number 1 level here. They keep hitting target number 2 and just fading. Okay. Like, what's actionable for me? Well, I mean, if we get below that 40, we may have a captain set up short on the 40 NT wrinkle right there at 37, basically 37 and a half. Yeah, here we go. So we have a captain set up short there against that harmony zone number 1. That's going to push the price. There's a lot of dancing going on here. No. Here we go. 5. The hell? You guys seeing a delay in quotes? Boom. I see a little bit of delay of quotes, but I mean, I got hit like I was trying to move the order, but I mean, I got filled exactly where I needed to be filled. So I got in here, and I got filled at the 15. That's a nice little quick trade. So what we saw here is two things. There's a captain setup on the 40 NT wrinkle. This is the one right there. See that? It's a captain setup short at that 38, 37 zone, right? Then the market comes in. The 200 and the 100 are in sync. So we have the environment. We have the environment. Then we have the behavior. The behavior is a harmony zone, harmony wave that established itself, and then they give us the signal, and the signal is a switch trade at the beginning of a new harmony wave. So my entry was a little bit worse than it should have been, because it needed to be like literally one tick under where the market closed on that candle. My stop was at 35, which is this candle needed to close up here in order for me to get stopped out, and I had a target number 1 as a target. So that's how that one worked out. Frida, good morning. Yeah, ES. Well, I mean that was a nice move in ES, and I wasn't sorry, I wasn't paying closer attention to it, but there was a three things happening. One, and that's actually helped me out in this trade. One, two, and three. You got a captain set up long that failed, produced a short signal. Got a captain set up short, produced a couple of 2.5 candles in the direction. Got tested, then retested with another captain set up short. So you got one signal turned to be negative and three confirming ones into that level. So that led to that push, which led to that NQ really, falling quickly down here. All right, let's see if we can find from 26 to 25 on two contracts. So we probably made $400 on that trade plus $100 on that one. So let's just keep working. Let's keep working. Yeah, at that moment, Brad, that was in the trade. Uh, I got executed before the price went in my direction. And I was like, oh, we have a bit of a delay going on here. But it all worked out. Yeah, watch them just ripping everybody's head off on that rotation. That's why you got to take your money. Take your money. All right, so what do we have right now that is worth looking into, right? First of all, it's like 924. How it is how is everybody doing? Are we doing okay? Anybody with a trade? Just checking on you guys. Josiana, how are you doing? Abe, how you doing? Gary, how you doing? Pat, Robert, Robert M, Larry, any trade? Steven, how we doing, buddy? Good to see you back, MKO. Retest of Harmony Zone number 2 again. We've been here before. I mean, we got all the way up to that level. Mr. Pro is up $1,100. Good for you, bud. Good for you. That's a good number for a Friday. Nothing wrong with walking away. Call it a good day, man. Robert up 982. Good job, Robert. Brad up 450 plus 115 on 2 accounts. That's good money. Good job, Brad. Josiane, 2 trades on ES, one before the opening and one just now plus 500. Josiana, are you getting good at this? Good job. Plus $1.44 for Pat. That is a win, sir. That is a win. Okay, Steven, 2 up and 3 down. That's fine. I mean, the day is early. Let's just stay focused, right? Okay, a big down day for you, SNK. Sorry to hear that, bud. Just keep working. It could drop further. It could drop further. I mean, we're back to retesting the resistance zone. That's the second time we do it. We hit Harmony Zone number 2. That's the second time we do this. So, I mean, what would get me to go short again? What would get me to get involved again in this market? We got to ask that question and answer it with precision. What will get me to be involved is a couple of things. One of them, we have to have the cloud shift negative on the 20 NT wrinkle, which means that most likely the market has to trade under 685 for that to happen. That's the first thing. Then I need to rally back up into the harmony wave and a signal at the beginning of a new harmony wave. So if that happens, most likely it will happen between 25 to 35 on this price action. And then you are getting, if you're trading under 34, then the 200 and the 100 will be in sync on the short side. So that would get me involved and interested in the short side. Now, when you see stuff like this, though, when you see that quick bounce back and it's persistent, they tend to try to defend it. Yeah, because that is literally like you trapped the last segment of the shorts into that run up and you got rid of them. So I need to be very careful with the next signal on the short side that we're not into something that looks like this. SNK, no stop loss. Yeah, that. Yeah. Always use protection, my friend. Always use protection. That's your protection in the market. Gotta use it. Oh, here you go. I mean, they're coming to it. Okay. So we hit that level. Here we go. So now the 200 and the 100 are in sync. All right. Well, that's a good sign. People appreciate it. Here we go. So we hit harmony zone number one. We hit harmony, excuse me, one a couple of times, and we hit harmony zone number two once up here in this rotation. ES is in the middle of the range. Hmm. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Frida. Um, yeah, that's not, if they do this, I mean, let's enlarge that chart so you guys see it. You see this reversal right here where the market flipped and did a switch trade on the 100 NT Rinko. This second time around, the odds are we will hit uh, 698 if we break it up here. Yeah, see that? So that's going to be a catalyst for a push. And the push most likely will get us to 698. And that will be the middle of the range on that rotation. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. So the market is disconnecting once again. Once again, it's doing that. And and we have this what they would call a rounding behavior. So that rounding behavior right here. So the market is just doing this, sell, 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 makes a low, makes another low. Now it's a high, and you have a neck right here. So the price start breaking up from here. You're gonna start picking up some momentum that will challenge the middle of the range, and then they can start looking at Globex as a price to look at. But ultimately, from the long perspective, I would have to see the 98 happen. So especially in this environment, I'll 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 be patient. I'll be patient. I think it's gonna get there this time. Oh, you got the ES, Frida, 64, 63 to 66. Okay. You're about to get a switch trade on ES, which is going to lend itself to a push toward the 70. That's what's happening right here. And the push in NQ is going to follow. Here it comes. Man, are they going to do this again to us? They're going to get up there to the tick and just fade again? I mean, how sick is that? I'm going to take just a minute. I'm going to take a minute. Just get some water. All right, well, at least finally we broke that thing. That's a good thing to see. Now let's see if we can get a pullback and start looking at a pullback and structures to get us long. There's a lot of room for the longs to take control. I mean, you have the next level, which is 723, and then you have Globex at 748. And those are two targets. Harmony zone number 1 and 2 needs to be protected. If we see anything under 660 or 655, then that will put me in a mode of being patient and waiting on the idea of being long, because the market is going through a deeper pullback, and we need to figure out how they're trying to handle it. Okay, so as long as we're protecting harmony zone number 1, we have room for upside potential to 723. Let's see if we can find ourselves in a trade in that direction. Sorry, guys. Tassos. I was saying a lot of good things there. What we're seeing here is a failure. I mean, it's just it's another failure, and they're retesting the harmony zone number one again, but in they're doing some technical damage to it. The 55 needs to hold in order for the integrity of this move to just continue on the long side. The harmony zone number one is getting tested at the bottom end of it, which is 63, excuse me. So that needs to hold. I mean, you don't want to see them running back down to 63 because that will lend itself to a push toward that 55. And ultimately here, what's going on is you're getting back and filled behavior out of a rally that was, significant. So, significant in the form that this could be the beginning of a run up and it's getting challenged. Wow. Yep. That was a switch trade. That was a nice switch trade into target number two. Yeah, we're getting to that 55. And actually right now the 200 and the 100 are out of sync again. So that is the sign of the day basically. Is this even moves that the market is making either on the long side or the short side is getting the 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 int, the inner structure of it is getting run over. So even if you have a 200 that is up, you're getting these rotations inside of that on the 100 that is disconnecting. So the market got in sync and out of sync 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 5 times, and guess what? The market is literally within 75-point range. So that's significant. That's information. And that information is telling me that when the market goes through 5 rotations of out of harmony rotations within 75 points, that is a statement to the quality of price action today. And that is consolidative, non-trending, and you are chopping within a range. So how do I handle this? I scalp, I go for short targets, and I undertrade with a minimum amount of contracts based on that information that the market gave me. Make sense? Ravandar, good morning. see that. Yeah. So there is a little bit of market symmetry going on here too, in and around 73. So you see the 73 behavior early on where the market came to it, ran up, came to it again, ran up, and now they're coming up to it and selling off, coming up to it and selling off. So that's just the market symmetry. The market is literally duplicating itself on opposite sides of the market. And that just is just a statement of consolidation, really. Like they don't have a place to go, so they're just playing this symmetry game back and forth. Almost 10 o'clock, 2 minutes to the top of the hour. Okay. All right. What is that telling me? What is that telling me? That's channel number one. There's no channel number two in this rotation. And now if we break 98 again, which we're about to, the 200 and the 100 will be in sync. That means the harmony zone number one is protected. We did not break below 55, which was a big level for us. Now, pullbacks are buyable. And I'm going to get a little bit. I say aggressive, but I'm gonna not just swing trade this market. I'm just literally gonna just scalp it and just go for bigger targets on a good scalp. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna look for pullbacks as a buying opportunity. Harmony zone number one is holding. They held the line. That's a good thing. We're looking for 723 is the target. Yeah, we have a good shot at getting to Globex, guys. Let's see. I mean, I'm gonna look for the pullback and see how well I get into this next trade here. At what point will I reevaluate this idea? Anything under 660, which is under harmony zone number 1, will put this idea on hold. And actually, if we get to 61, that will produce a captain setup short on the 100 NT Rinko. So now, between here and there, the market really needs to show us strength. And they're about to right here. That pattern right here. You start breaking anything above 710, you're going to start picking up some momentum toward our target of 723. Here we go. Here we go. All right. All right. If they break the 95, then they're going to be, spending some time right here, working the ranges before they start moving higher. But there's about a few levels that the market needs to protect. One of them, 90, the 82, the 77, the 73, then ultimately the 61. So at every single point in that rotation, those points will be inflection points that could be used as a buying opportunity on the right, in the right setup type of environment. Ultimately, our big target is the 723. Yeah, we got to the 10 and they faded. Okay, well, let's see. Yeah, don't break that 71. Yeah, don't break the 71 either. mean, this is becoming the uncle point here for the market, that 75 to that 60 level. You have a captain set up short on ES that happened at 73. All right, we have harmony zone number 1 and 2. I mean, they're digging deeper in these pullbacks. I mean, these pullbacks, I mean, they keep coming almost to the tick of a reversal and then reverse it back in. It's just the personality of the day. Okay, that's a positive behavior. All right. The 730. Wow. I mean, once we get to 730, we'll see what the quality of the market. GED. See the quality of the market once we get there, because I mean, if the market is just really basing in such a solid way, then they run it up to that level. You're better off looking for the pullbacks versus looking for just the price to be there for you to go short. Price by itself is not significant. Price structure is more significant. How the price is organized around the level and the behavior of the people around it is more significant than to say, for example, that once I get to 720, I should go short. The participant at 720 could be so different and they're so bullish that they will just keep running right through it. And it's wiser for you to really, think of in terms of price structure at any level, if that makes sense. My thoughts. All right, they're putting a captain setup short right here. Let's see how well they handle it. They need to break it below 80. I mean 89. kind of mess is that? That's messy. That's going to be an inflection point, a big inflection point right here. It's going to be a big inflection point. ES is at Globex right now. So that's what you're gonna see here. A little bit of a fade coming in due to that. ES on the 50 NT Rinko reversed that candle early on actually at 374, and now harmony zone number one is 73 by 70 and 66 by 63. So pullbacks are buyable in both NQ and ES. Granted, we do not trade under 61 in NQ. And it's to chop your price action. And that's the testament to it. You hardly ever see this type of behavior where they're just like, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6-prong captain setup that turns into a failure. I mean, that's... And it runs up, then they pull it back in. If you see yourself up money for the day, I mean, go to micro or something. Just, this is not such a robust market. Yeah, yeah, Stephen, we may be getting that. Like, the market, it's, if you ever want to know if the market is in consolidation or not, or you want to get to the early signs of seeing a market in consolidation, it's typically after a big, massive move. Like if the market is sold off 200-300 points or ran up to 300 points, you always see this level of this, what you're seeing right here, where you had 5 rotations in a matter of 75 points. I mean, that's a whole lot of dancing in one spot and not really moving either way. So, I mean, that's the kind of market we're in. We made a little bit of money early on, and I just need to see a better quality coming out of this market before I jump in with any other trades. I mean, a good one would be 713.5 run up there. Okay. All right, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. We appreciate you guys spending your day with us here on Friday. Hopefully, this stream is helping you make better trading decisions. So if the market breaks this level right here where we at, I mean that will put a little bit of strain on the market. Keep making these highs into this Globex band and making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. They do a trap here, run people, then run them back down. So you start breaking this level here, that will put a little bit more strain on the market, and potentially we could hit that level at 75. If we get bottom to that level, then that will disconnect the long idea. So there are shorts active up at these levels, and breaking the neck under 85 is going to lend us to that rundown and a retest of harmony zone number 1. At that point, we will be disconnecting the 100 from the 200, which will put us in a state of waiting for the next move. And this, you're seeing this happening right now. Switch trade, switch trade. Here we go. We're coming up on the bottom of the hour. How did we do, Brad? How did we do today? Plus 600. All right, that's good enough for a Friday. Good job, bud. Have a nice weekend, and we will see you Monday morning. And here we go. All right. Well, that scenario materialized, right? So the longs are on hold, pending pending a break above that 710 area, and we're going through a bit of back and fill price action. Harmony zone number one needs to be protected, which is that 60 level that we talked about. Okay, and ultimately harmony zone number two, which is 648 by 688. That's another level that needs to hold. I mean, MKO, we read that short behavior here, or that selling pressure. I feel like we've done that fairly well on that one. It just I'm taking a step back from actively trading, considering how choppy the market is, and just spending more time reading the market. Okay, but you could take from that read what you feel like you need. I mean, obviously they came in, tested it one more time, and then pushed it there. So that was a signal right there, which is a trigger trade, and that produced some money. Rallies right now have a two-sided market, so you're gonna see a push up, then you're gonna see the sellers come back in, and they're fighting in a literally in a phone booth. This market is fighting in a phone booth. So you have to be a little bit more selective in an environment like this. And these are the trades that I took early on. I guess that's could do that. I think we had two decisions. Both were two contract decisions, and we're up about 528 on those two trades. And I'm looking for the next decision. Here we go. We're improving SNK. All right, just keep working at it, man. You're gonna be chopping wood for a little bit, but just stay disciplined, stay focused, and um, an advice I can give you, or a recommendation I can give you, if you want to call it that, stop looking at your equity. Oh boy. MP, that is a tall order, my friend. That's a tall order, my friend. But I do appreciate the sentiment. I'm gonna post this in the room, in our private room. Let's see here. You made my day. All right. Well, let me. Okay, so where are we at here? Let's first focus on the market for a bit. So you're getting this pullback and retracement um, into this harmony zone number one, right? And it's just the market really needs to hold it for the longs. I mean, that's the bottom line here. 61 is an issue for it. Okay, so now with that being said, why you shouldn't look at your equity while you're trading. There's something in trading called um, the equity high syndrome, and it works like this. You look at your equity and you made $100, a couple of $100, $500, okay? Mentally, it's a human nature. I don't care who you are. That's how we work. You fixate on that. You get a dopamine rush at the fact that you are up $500. Now you take the next trade, and then it costs you $200. So you're off your equity high by $200. Guess what your next thought is? I want to take the next trade so I could go back to being up to my equity high and maybe get even more. That's our human nature. So my selective vision in trading is skewed toward taking trades because of my equity high and me trying to get back to my equity high. Now, the probability is you are going to make an emotional decision next time you take a trade, because you're basing it off the fact that you're trying to compensate for a loss. And that is where 99.9% of all trouble in your trading starts. That's exactly where all your trouble starts as a trader. Because now you deviate from trading the market and understanding it, and you're focused on your equity high, or in the opposite case, equity low. You take a loss of $1,000. You look at it. What you think your next thought is? I cannot go home down $1,000. What do you think the next decision you're gonna make is? You're gonna start looking for trades to take. But what happened truly if there's no trades for you to take, but you start pushing and you start adding and you start getting emotional? Okay? So when you start looking intraday at your equity, you are setting yourself for an emotional trading cycle. So what is the alternative to it? What's the alternative to it? Is actually is a simple process, but it's going to take a little bit of discipline initially from you, and you will be rewarded for doing this immensely. Is you make a decision that you will trade and just trade the setups that make sense, and you only look at your equity and your profit and loss at the end of the business day, meaning at 3 o'clock Central Time, you look at your equity. Not a minute earlier, not a minute later. At 3 o'clock, once that clock turns, you open up and see how your business fared for the day. You're taking your emotions out of the equation, and you're only looking at the market from the perspective of, does it make sense for me to buy or sell or stay away? Does that make sense? At the end of the day, we all have to solve a problem. I mean, we're here to solve a problem. Okay? And one of the problems we all face as traders is the emotional trading. So I have to figure out where it comes from. And it always comes from fixation on equity, fixation on being a winner by being on my equity high. Because if you're off your equity high, you're not truly a winner from the internal dialogue that most people have. So that's a problem. And it causes most traders to blow up. I cannot tell you how many traders will come in and say, man, I was up $1,000 and then I end up blowing up the account. Why? I mean, you got to ask yourself an honest question: why? And you have to dig deep into that why to figure out what are the triggers within that why that caused you to repeat that same exact behavior hundreds of times in your trading career. And it always centers about your relationship with money and relationship with your equity high and what you want to accomplish. But guess when you're fixated on that, you're doing something fundamentally out of harmony with the market, which is you're not looking at the market, you're looking at what you want. Sometimes the best trade to take today is no trade. But if you're trying to make money or you're trying to get to equity high, how are you going to actually make that decision? You're not going to make that decision. You're going to start looking for things just to trade. But actually, the best trade is a no trade. You just watching. And that is the switch in the thinking, or the adjustment in the thinking that you need to consider as a trader. Ultimately, you have to solve that problem in a way that it makes sense to you. What makes sense to me is for me to hyper focus on trading and understanding price action, and not look at my equity till I'm completely done for the day, and actually just make it as a rule, because you may want to come back later on and take some trades if they make sense, that you make that rule up to 3 o'clock Central Time and just sit there, take the trades that make sense. And if they don't make sense, don't take them, manage your risk, and make it as a surprise. Like, hey, you know, at 3 o'clock, let me guess, let me see where I'm at. That becomes actually a fun little game. A fun little game. It's like, oh, okay, 3 o'clock, where am I at? Where am I at? Okay, I think I'm between up 500 to between 0 and 500 profit, or I'm between negative 500 or something like that. So I look it up. It's like, oh, okay. You'll be surprised how you will be surprised. You become a lot more efficient at the process of trading that way. So hopefully you guys can take that suggestion and apply it. It will totally transform your emotional makeup when you're trading. It becomes a game to you. Trading becomes a game, because now you're not chasing the dollar. You're trying to win by making good decisions. And that's what the difference between a good trader and a struggling trader is, his focus. All right, so they dug a little bit deeper into this move and hit harmony zone number 2, tested it one more time, right? So let's see. I mean, if we break back up and close above 700, then pullbacks become viable again. Otherwise, we're in a sideways consolidation again within that phone booth that we've been, boxing in for the past 2 or 3 hours. Okay. Good deal, Cami. Implement that in your trading and just watch. Watch how your emotional state in the market becomes, so a lot more balanced. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, that's good. That's good. So now the pullbacks become viable again, and you need to protect the 660. So let them pull back, middle of the range. If they can test the 85.75 and give us a one candle reversal, that'll be great. And we're looking for a target of 723 and a rotation all the way up to 748. Here it comes. I mean, they're coming hot and heavy now. I mean, they did enough shenanigans to trap as many people as they could, and now we're gonna start seeing a little bit more push to this market. All right, and by the way, I'm sure you guys got the notice from Apex. If you're with Apex, they have extended the reset 50% till the end of the month. So hopefully you don't need it. I mean, that's the goal, right? The goal is not to need it, but if you need it, it's there. Here we go. We're almost tagged that target at 723. Yeah, there was some issues, Gary, early on with Apex. All right, well, we hit that target. Now it's the next target, and they're going to start getting there quick. 48. 748 is the next target, guys. All right, it's almost 11. I'm going to be looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity if they provide it. If they provide it. We're coming up on that Globex. Yeah, I cannot buy when it's doing this. That's a parabolic price action. I'll just kind of leave it. I need bigger pullbacks. We'll see what happened then. Excuse me. Wow. I think Robert. I think Gary has the one that comes from Apex. I have the one that, excuse me. I have the one that came from Flowbots. Well, that's the one I have. Replicanto by Flowbots. That's the one I have. I didn't have any issue with it, to be honest with you. And the one with from Apex is fairly decent. They're the same thing, to be honest with you. It just got branded for Apex. That's all. Because it looks exactly the same too. All right, guys, it's 11 o'clock. That kind of brings in an end to my morning. Good job, everybody. Seems to have done well today. And we will do this again on Monday morning. You guys have a blessed weekend. Stay safe. And we will see you on the next one.